Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma alimna ma anfa'na wa anfa'na bima lamtana wa zidna ilma. Recently I think a lot of you have seen the controversy of IKEA, selling or giving these bags, these rainbow bags, to support the LGBQT. And interestingly enough, some people have tried to boycott IKEA and it turned against them. Why? Especially in a Muslim country, for example. In a certain Muslim country, it was quite interesting because the person who started the call for boycott ended up getting spammed out of her mind by this small community and its supporters. And I was thinking about the whole issue, just looking at the messages and trying to just analyze the situation. And my conclusion is this. So this sister or a few people wanted to start the campaign to boycott because they believe that LGBTQT, especially in a Muslim country, is something against Islam, first and foremost. And instead of the Muslims supporting, and which are the overwhelming majority, supporting and really, saying, okay, nothing happened. It actually backfired, and that's what it said in the news, that it backfired. And when you look at the messages, indeed it backfired big time, because this LGBT community very fast got together, orchestrated a whole attack on the sister and on her post. Imagine spamming her with all the bad things, bad pictures of people, same, sex, kissing and all that. Subhanallah. Making fun of her, ridiculing her, putting, rainbow ice creams and cats holding rainbow flags, and it became so sad, actually. But I think the saddest part was that the Muslim community, when just a few days ago were able to orchestrate a whole boycott of a news agency. And it's their right, because they felt that they were misportrayed and that they were misrepresented. So mashallah, they were able to spam this news agency and really attack them and get their haqq, their right. And it's their right to do so if they feel that they were misrepresented. But when it comes to this point, LGBTQT in a Muslim country, they can coordinate to defend this sister and to defend at least what she was saying, which is correct to an extent, right? She was saying, let's boycott this organization because they are promoting something that is against the values of this country. It's against the constitution of this country. It's against what this country is made on, the foundation, which is Islam. And man, if anyone is in doubt that LGBTQT is against the foundations of Islam, then you need to revisit your Islam. Problem is that Muslims are very shy of conflict. We're always about accommodating and about being tolerant. We use this word tolerant. And I do require and advise you guys to visit and see Daniel Hakikachu's post on the plan to spread the LGBTQT agenda in Muslim countries, because he outlines with evidence pretty much everything. But the Muslim community fails to come together when it comes to sticking to the rules of Islam, when it comes to upholding a propaganda that's for Islam, which is to boycott something, to unite against a threat to the fabric of Islam, to the ethics of Islam. And it's not even in a non-Muslim country. This is a Muslim country. That's why I think what makes it even more sad. So I have some very, very sad feelings. Today is Jummah, alhamdulillah. But it's just so sad that we, the Muslims throughout the world, the Ummah, we can't come together to unite on the ethics that are clear in the Quran. If it'll be something like, where there's like a difference of opinion, if it'll be something like a fiqh issue where, scholar this one, A said this, scholar B said that, right? I would understand that people are like, look, I'm just gonna stick to my position, but this is something that's agreed upon. There is no difference of opinion. There is no shadow of a doubt. It's just so clear that this is totally wrong in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator, and it should be, and it has to be on our side. And here we are, we can't unite to oppose this. We can unite to oppose, when someone says or misrepresents supposedly a different issue. But when it comes to this one, this very specific point of sexuality, we cannot stand strong as a Muslim community and say, this has no place. This has no place. And it's there. It's like, constitutionally speaking, I mean, in the theory, in the Quran, what we claim that we are, we subscribe to, we submit to Allah. What's the point of all the dars, all the tadarrus, all the lessons, and all the teachers, ustaz, sheikhs, imams, and all the lessons that we're doing, if we cannot confront these issues face to face, if we're shy in the name of all these so-called issues, being accommodating, being tolerant. Who says we're not tolerant? We're tolerant for everyone, as long as you do not break the rules of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as long as you do not break the ethics and the morals that are clear, then we're tolerant. Okay? But everyone has a limit to their tolerance, isn't it? I mean, look at anything, any country, any system. So why the Muslims are so shy, rather so weak, when it comes to standing up to defend a fundamental ethic or moral that is divinely revealed. I'm not even talking about someone's opinion. You're talking here about Allah said this. And then we wonder why we lose our children. Then we wonder why we cannot lead, why we are always third world countries. We're getting the status of third world countries. We wonder why the Muslims, we complain, we sit, why this, why that. Come on, man. Don't you understand how big this is? And can't you see that Allah tells us, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. We love to quote these verses when it's National Day, when it's like, but what do you unite upon? On what? Why are you using the ayat of Allah for something else? You're supposed to unite. What's the habl of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Is the Quran and Sunnah, is the Sharia, the ethics and morals. Yet because it's been made to sound like the boogeyman, like the bad one, we are always scared to confront and to have a conflict when it comes to defending the rules of Allah. It is a sad day because I saw a new face of Muslim countries. Now again, you have to understand, I ran away from these bad ethics and morals from the West that have already been, they're the ones who are pushing anyway, even in these Muslim countries. That's the agenda. And we thought that we seek refuge in Muslim countries and so on, but now seeing the Muslim countries accelerating in their acceptance, rather their implementation of these sins, and allowing for these people to not only sin in their private dwellings, but to promote it publicly, to spread it, to hold platforms and all kinds of public places and venues where they can express their pride in this sin. The Prophet ﷺ said that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala covers the sins of people, right? But then they themselves disclose it and they brag about it, and that is destruction. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala covers people's sins. Sins are something you should be ashamed of, but people have these pride parades and pride movements to express their sins to the whole world, that they're proud. SubhanAllah. And let's not forget, it's not about bullying, it's not about rights, it's in the end about what is homosexuality, and this is literally about man and a man, or man and a woman, or kind of mixes, having intercourse and committing zina and putting the wrong thing in the wrong place. As well as I can say, putting the wrong thing in the wrong place. That is unnatural, unbiological. It doesn't fit the way they were created. Everything points that this is not correct. Yet they are proud of it, and the Muslims, these people are proud of it, and the Muslims are shy from it, or slowly joining the pride movement. May Allah help us and protect us. Ameen.